So in this session, I am planning to speak about my journey into entrepreneurship. I am Sunderrajan. I am founder and the managing director in Mavin Apps and Technologies. Mavin Apps is a mobile app and web app development company. Okay, we have 20 plus developers working in our company. And before starting Mavin Apps, I did my bachelor's in computer science and engineering in Government College of Technologies. And I had a 14 years of IT experience before jumping into this entrepreneurship. So the motivation factor in today's session, actually, I'm going to talk about various small things that happened in my life that influenced me to get into this entrepreneurship journey. So during my school days, I used to talk to my father about his friends who are financially successful. And one common trait I found among them was they are all self-employed. Okay, they started their life as a small business owners, like a street side shop or a small foundries or a small set of builders, right? But in the end, they were very successful, and they were having engineering colleges, hospitals, and many more. So that made me think that if you have to become rich, you kind of have to be a business owner. So, and my motivation factor for becoming an entrepreneur is desire for money. And my passion is like any other teenager, I enjoyed video games. And during my college days, I actually developed few games like parachute jumper and a boat, saving them like that, using a C programming language, and we used to play in our labs. So most of my friends played it and they enjoyed it. So I kind of liked it. And even during my initial career days, also I used to play a lot of games. So my passion in life is video games and self-assessment. Okay, that is during our final year in college. So some of our senior batch students have joined together and started a company in Bangalore. Okay, that time actually I fantasized to start a software company, but when I asked myself whether I am ready for it, the answer is clear no. Okay, I don't know anything about business. I haven't mastered any skills to run a successful business. Okay, communication skill is on top of that list. So I decided to get some experience and, if possible, do an MBA program and then start a business. And eventually, over a period of time, what happened is in the chaos called life, my motivation and passion slowly faded away, and I even kind of forgot it. But one thing I did unconsciously, right, without knowing, I was reading books for almost 15 years without taking a break. So I would say that is something very critical I was doing, which helped me to get into this entrepreneurship journey. And during my career, actually, I joined Infosys as a project manager in 2007. And my boss was very kind to assign me a challenging task and helped me when I trembled. Okay, I failed many times, and eventually I mastered the project management skills. So some of the skills which I mastered during my career is like, as a project manager, is I learned what is project planning and identify the risk in executing the plan. There can be various kind of risk, unknown risks that can occur while you execute the plan. So identify the risk, mitigate the risk before actually jumping into it. Okay, right? And execution of the plan. During execution also, we'll have a lot of challenges, problem solving, conflict resolutions, those kinds of things will come into picture, and primarily communications. These are all the 5 skills I felt is very critical I learned in my career when I was in Infosys, which gave me the confidence to be an entrepreneur. And in 2009, mobile apps and mobile gaming industries were growing, and demand for independent app developers were also growing. Okay, And also at the same time, there was recession in Indian IT industry. So it actually helped me like to get good developers. And that is the time when I thought, okay, it's an opportunity and I am prepared to take that opportunity. So I started my company. Actually, I started as a game development company, uh, and it is called Placebo Games. Okay, and later on, I renamed it to Mavin Apps as we started expanding. We didn't just stick to games. We also started doing mobile apps, and we also did web apps, right? And these are all I like to point out some of the challenges or tasks we will do during the execution of our plan. So one is financial backup. Okay, initially when you jump into entrepreneurship, uh, you may not be getting money in upfront, right? For me it took more than 6 years, but I planned only for a financial backup for 3 years. But it took me more than 6 years. Actually, it was very difficult time uh, on financial front. So you'll have to plan your financial backup. Next is having a good partner and a good team. So you cannot do everything by yourself. Also, you cannot have all the skills required to be successful in that business. So you need partners and good teams who complement you. Okay, who also share your vision and who also share your ethics, right? So you need that. And street smart is once you start executing your plan, starting a business, a lot of things can happen happening outside can impact your business. Say, for example, when I first kept our company banner in our new office, like around 6 to 8 local goons came to our company, right? And they started asking for money, saying they want to feed poor kids. Okay, like this, but that is not the only event. Like that, I had many more events. And so you will have to be ready to face those challenges, ready to sacrifice. So when you are in college or when you are in working for some other company, uh, you kind of stick to 9 to 5 job or maximum 9 to 8, right? But if you are in your own entrepreneurship, there is no time limit. You might have to slog for 16 hours a day or 18 hours a day and 7 days a week. So you should be ready for it, and you may not have time to spend with family and all other social activities you used to enjoy when you are not an entrepreneur. And picking up a right customer, and normally there is a saying customer is a god. And based on my experience, the answer is not always. Okay. Some customers will rip you off, so you have to be very careful with your customers. You identify the right customers because you have to grow in the business, right? So some people will rip you off. You have to be very careful with your customer. Pick your right customers and stick to them. And try to maintain a good cash flow, which is very crucial for running a business. And have a mentor. So it's very important where you have a mentor who has traveled your path. So follow him, get his instructions, advice as much as possible. So these are all some of the key things you need during your execution as an entrepreneur. And this is the question I frequently come across, people asking how to start a business or what to start. So I would say if you ask this question, you are not ready to start. So in that case, you will have to do little more uh, times upgrading your skills, little more market analysis, understand, have a clear plan of what you are going to do, and then you start the business. Okay, thank you. This is what I like to share with you in this session. If you have any questions, please let me know.